Now, they're also mocking the government for sending you to the Solomon Islands, calling you a junior minister, instead of, sending Foreign Minister Marise Payne to try to fix this conundrum. Do you know why she wouldn't go? It is a bit odd, isn't it?
Well, look, Marise Payne was engaging very strongly with her counterparts, as was our Prime Minister, and I, as the Minister for the Pacific, was engaging here in Australia with a number of Pacific leaders that were here, obviously through phone calls into the Pacific and with other counterparts, and indeed through that trip. I would make the point, I mean, they talk about, junior ministers, when the Labor, and they might be a bit confused, because the Labor Party, when they were in government and Richard Marles was responsible for the Pacific, they had it as a parliamentary secretary, so they did have it in a sort of more junior position, and we elevated it because of the importance that Scott Morrison particularly put on engaging with this part of the world. It's just another one of the differences between our approach and the Labor Party's approach. So we've engaged at all levels, and indeed not only those engagements from the Prime Minister, from the Foreign Minister, from myself as Minister for the Pacific, but also our most senior officials have been not only on the phone but visiting there in person. So this is a broad engagement, and this sort of claim that, if only it had been a different level of minister with this meeting at this time, that the result would have been different, I think is naive at best, and is a cheap political potshot that's, that isn't backed up by any facts. And we've seen, I think, in the debate from the Labor Party with the so-called alternate plan they've put out, that they clearly haven't thought about this issue in any depth.
I'm going to be talking about that plan later in the show. Don't you worry about that.